Hi, my name is David Cole. I'm the Managing Director for InciteLearning. Incite was founded in 2004, and our goal with InciteLearning, having been in several professional service, professional development organizations in the past, was to recreate what we thought were the best practices of those places and to do away with some of the things that we thought weren't as productive. So some of the things that we've really tried to recreate with Incite is really meeting clients where they are and not expecting them to be anywhere else. So essentially, we don't go in with a preset expectation of what the client's capabilities are, but our goal is to help them build those capabilities as is appropriate for them. So we not only want to assess what they need and deliver on what they need, we also want to assess on whether they're ready for what they need. And if they're not, then try to get to a place where there is some readiness to start to address some of the issues or concerns they may have. The kind of work that we do is really in three areas. It's consulting, it's training, and then it's coaching. So in the consulting arena, we've been asked to come into an organization to help them with organization development, organization design, organization effectiveness, team alignment, team formation, new leader orientations, leader capabilities, senior management capabilities, and just trying to figure out what's the business need they need to address, and then backing that off to a performance need, and then to a capability need and a work environment need, to really try to get to what is it that we're trying to, what's the end goal financially that a company wants to be more effective, cut cost, increase revenue, and as a result of that, then what do the people need to do differently than they're doing now to make all that happen? So that's kind of a process that we use to get to a point of what kind of intervention is most appropriate in a client situation. So then we move to a training intervention, which could be a solution, but maybe not all the time. And with training, it really varies. It could be a day, it could be 5 days. We've had trainings lasting up to 7 days. Even one client has a 2-week training that we were a part of for a long period of time. Many times it's shorter though. It's 1 day, it's 2 days, maybe 3 days at the outer edge. And with those training programs, our philosophy is really to make learning purposefully fun. And I say that with intention, is that learning should be enjoyable, especially to the adult learner. I mean, one of the chief concerns of adult learners is, why do I need to know this? What is it that I'm engaging in? Why should I be doing this? Once they know that, then the experience itself should be an enjoyable experience. So the way that we create that purposeful fun is we really try to have more exercises and interactive discussions and role plays, and there's different methodologies that really involve people in the process. So it's not just talking head. It's not, we're going to lecture to you and maybe some of this will soak in somewhere and you'll be a better person for it. So we have fun when we're delivering the training because we're designing it with different twists and turns, and sometimes it's actually telling a story when we're using a case study that they're working with in various kinds of situations. So making training fun, and that way you create the impact, and then you create the sustainable learning that goes past that they can actually apply to their jobs. And that's where we would go back to, what's the business need that we were trying to measure in the first place, and did we in fact hit that goal? So then the last area is coaching, and it's a pretty straightforward explanation, but executive coaching really hit its stride in the past 10 years or so. So as a result, it's still very popular in a lot of the organizations that we work with, and we think it's a very appropriate intervention. Many times it's a follow-up on a training program that we may have done with a client, or we're called in for specific issues or concerns about an employee, or when someone's in a new role, we may be called in for what I'll call the first 90 days of this leadership role of what do they need to do differently to really hit the ground running and get some traction with the groups that they're working with. So the coaching interventions that we do, we try to create the right fit with the Incite faculty members or the Incite coaches and the clients. So whether it's gender, ethnicity, orientation, whatever it might be, we can figure out who's the right coach to really work with that person based on what they're looking for. So that's what we do. That's a little bit about us. The clients that we serve, it kind of goes back to the coaching and the consulting that we do, is we want to serve a client deeply. When someone calls us to coach one of their leaders, we want to have enough knowledge of the organization and the culture of the organization that we can intelligently coach them and have a context, have a frame of reference with that client immediately, so we understand the jargon that they're using, and we understand the problems they may be encountering because of past engagements that we've had with that client. As a result, our clients tend to be with us for a long period of time. One client I personally have been working with since 1996, and then they've obviously stayed in the 10 years that InciteLearning's been in existence. And then another client we established with them in 2004 when InciteLearning was founded. A third client we took on a few years ago, and that's really the client groups that we have. We have 3 primary clients, and we like it that way because we can go deep and long with those folks. It's not a shallow relationship that just deals with symptomatic issues. We can really help them work with where they want to go and what's going on with them now. So the client work that we do right now is in a strategy consulting firm. It's a global organization with maybe 15,000 people, a large financial institution with over 200,000 employees, and a large tech firm with over 200,000 employees too. They're telecom and tech. And then a few other clients, smaller groups, but always interesting because we like to take on that kind of work.